Welcome, everyone, to DCD Talks. My name is Stephen Warren. I'm the CTO of Data Center Dynamics, and another pleasure to have you with us as always. Today, we're really taking a look at advancements in intelligent rack PDU hardware. This is trying to truly understand the network of critical devices and how all this has changed in our environment, and how we need to understand that critical partners like Legrand are so important to us going forward. And with that, we have Sven Anderson. He's the CTO of the Data Center Power and Control Division at Legrand, North and Central America. Sven, it's an absolute pleasure to have you with us today, and thanks so much. But I've got to get right to it. Can you help us understand a little bit about your journey here, and how did you get into this business? Because quite honestly, Sven, you're a pioneer in this PDU environment. It's just so wonderful to have you. Tell us how you got into this business and what's going on these days.
Thank you very much, Stephen. Thanks for this very warm welcome and for the invitation to this talk today. Well, I started my career in the IT industry over 25 years ago. I started electrical engineering and computer science at the Technical University Chemnitz in Germany. And after 4 years in research at the university, I decided to start my own business back in 2000. Already back then, I developed remote management products to help the industry, the IT industry, to manage their equipment more efficiently and with less resources. And in 2004, I sold my business to the US company Raritan, a company which pioneered in the KVM market. And they came up with the very first KVM switch technology back in the 90s. In 2005, I was then able to convince the owner of this company to invest engineering resources in the development of intelligent infrastructure products for data center industries, because I thought there would be value for a detailed monitoring and controlling of energy spendings in data center applications. Well, and 2 years later, back in 2007, Raritan became one of the first vendors of custom-made intelligent power distribution products with outlet-level metering and switching capabilities. It turned out that our timing was right to introduce intelligent PDUs to the market, because there was an increasing demand to understand how energy resources got spent in data centers. For instance, to calculate operation parameters like the power usage effectiveness. So our PDU business did grow very well since then. And in 2015, Legrand, one of the leading data center infrastructure product companies worldwide, acquired Raritan, mainly because of the success of the custom iPDU business. And today I'm leading a global engineering team at Legrand, which is focused on developing leading-edge intelligent power, access, and control products, mainly for the data center market.
Sven, thank you so much. I've got to say that you truly were a pioneer, and the folks at Raritan, and now, of course, Legrand, what a great global company. I mean, you saw it coming. This is wonderful. The first outlet level and metered switch PDU is critical to our industry. You spoke about it, Sven, and I'm going to turn it to you. You talked about increasing demand. Sven, we've got so many demands in this industry. I mean, the last mile of the powertrain is becoming critical. Can you walk us through these challenges and considerations of what we need to be thinking about? Because quite honestly, Sven, you know, the need for reliable power and monitoring and intelligence, it's never been greater for us. So walk us through these challenges, considerations, and all these things that you've had to think about that we're dealing with and you're helping.
Yeah. So maybe let me start with a little bigger picture in the beginning. Due to the ever-increasing compute power and communication speed of silicon chips, the world has changed dramatically over the last 3 decades, as you know. Modern IT services and social media platforms have changed the way how people live and work with each other. Trends like the IoT and Industry 4.0 are just a few examples which applications are driving the growing demand for a build-out of more data center facilities around the world. The digital transformation area started to change our societies, and it also influenced our thinking about the way how we should better use the limited resources available on Earth, right? And the climate change got identified as one of the biggest threats to all of us. And this has already dramatically impacted the way how companies are creating value, products, and solutions for their customers today, and how they are doing business with each other. So, and governments around the world are now taking actions to reduce human-made CO2 emissions as much as possible. So, for instance, in our area, in the European Union, the EU has established two very ambitious carbon reduction plans. The 2030 Climate Change Act, which requires all EU countries to reduce CO2 emissions by 55% until 2030. And as a next step, the EU climate law to become CO2 neutral until 2050. And it can be assumed that other governments, maybe also the government in the US, is following these actions as well. And it's clear that energy-intensive industry will get regulated more and more by local government laws to accomplish the carbon zero goal. And this will also have influence how data centers are getting operated worldwide. Especially the new AI megatrend will propel the power demand in data centers worldwide to new unseen dimensions. So I give you an example. Just one of the NVIDIA's recently released new AI supercomputer cluster, the GH200, will consume over 1 megawatt. So we are talking about power densities of 50 kW per rack cabinet, and new 100 and 200 kW rack cabinets are in development already to address the unstoppable power demand for AI applications. So these trends clearly drive a growing demand for very reliable and also scalable in-rack power distribution solutions to also support future energy-intense applications after the PDUs got installed inside the rack cabinet. Increasing rack power densities will also have a huge influence on the way how cooling systems are getting implemented in the future. We are clearly seeing a trend towards indoor cooling systems for rack cabinet applications and the application of chill plate cooling system. And even immersed cooling systems are in development now for rack power capacities over 100 kW. And a modern PDU has to be able to integrate such a rack cooling subsystem into its management stack so that the complete rack can regulate itself automatically. In general, more automation for all kind of data center daily operations activities will be seen in the future. So and this will help data center operators to increase the operations quality, and it will also address the issue of limited available resources worldwide. Over the last years, PDUs and especially its network management cards got used more and more as intelligent rack management controllers, which today can not only measure and control the rack power distribution chain, but they are also able to collect environmental data. They can manage rack level access control, and they also provide asset management information in real time. In general, a modern and powerful software stack on a PDU controller is able to filter and pre-compute a huge amount of raw sensor data. It can provide automation features, and it provides skilled operators with the capability to monitor and control critical IT assets from a remote and central place in a secure way.
You know, Sven, you just laid out so many challenges, so many considerations. I mean, the needs now. That's what you're saying. And everyone's viewing, as I said before, as you've actually said, they're viewing rack PDUs as a network of critical devices. You've even said it, whether we're dealing with AI, IoT, staffing and supply issues are also impacting us. New requirements on demand. Sven, what's the solution here? I mean, honestly, there's so many requirements around different power chain design, improvements for efficiency, reducing risk, security, you even mentioned. Sven, help me understand here. What's available right now that you and Legrand and the entire group has put together to help us? Because I'm sorry, Sven, you have laid out a lot of issues we're dealing with. Help me here, please, sir.
Yeah. Well, just to add one data point to all the issues that we are facing right now.
Okay.
So a recent article from the Uptime Institute said that power problems continue to hamper data center reliabilities. In a survey conducted in 2022, 44% respondents said that power was still the primary cause of their most recent impactful incident of outage. So this underlines how important the reliable power distribution system is for a high-performing data center facility, because uninterrupted data center services are becoming increasingly important for our society and for our daily lives. That's why industry alliances and also governments are spending efforts to push regulations and standards for data center infrastructure forward. And new operations performance indicators are getting specified. So the power usage effectiveness, which I mentioned earlier, was for a long time the #1 indicator for data center power performance measurements. Now, new indicators like renewable energy factor, energy reuse factor, cooling effectiveness ratio, carbon usage effectiveness, and even water usage effectiveness are also available to measure the day-by-day operation performance in a data center. And the only way to measure and optimize all these KPIs is the usage of intelligent infrastructure products, which have the necessary sensors and actuators to monitor and control energy and resource spendings in your data center in real time. Well, but the simple measurement of all this data isn't enough if you can't process the data and turn it into meaningful value for your data center operation optimization. You also need to have PDUs with security, with secure and industry standard APIs in place to access the data so that a central infrastructure management system can turn it into a useful performance optimization action. So, and the answer to all of this is that our recently released new PDU product series, the Pro 4X and the PX4, are addressing the growing need for reliable power distribution as well as for feature-rich data measurements. The two PDU brands, Server Technologies and Raritan, have always been known for their highly reliable rack power distribution products in the data center industry. And after both companies got acquired by Legrand in 2017 and in 2015, there was a unique opportunity for us to leverage the key strengths of both PDU product series and combine them into a complete new PDU product offer to provide Legrand customers best-in-class power distribution solutions. So what we have done over the last years, our product management and engineering teams executed a plan to design and implement a complete new PDU platform architecture, which combines key strengths from both PDU brands. The outcome of this big effort is a new innovative PDU platform, which offers unique hardware and firmware features. So both PDU families, the Pro 4X as well as the PX4 PDU models, are based now on common building blocks, which all PDU models have in common. Let me give you an example, a few hardware examples to illustrate what this means. Our new PDU architecture is based on a completely new, renewed embedded energy measurement circuitry. So in the past, we have used standard 8 and 16-bit microcontrollers to perform energy metering in our older PDU products. And this older technology already provided billing-grade energy metering accuracy to our customers. But the thing was, it was not very scalable, and we had to use multiple microcontrollers in larger PDU models. That's why we decided to design the new generation metering architecture, which is now based on a very modern ARM Cortex-M4 microcontroller technology, which can be sourced from multiple vendors today. In combination with very precise standard 24-bit A to D converter chips, we were able to implement a very powerful and scalable new metering circuitry, which provides comprehensive and also billing-grade energy metering for up to 27 PDU outlets in a single PDU. And this means we just need just two microcontrollers, even in our highest density 54 outlet PDU model, to perform individual outlet level monitoring. Also, our new in-house developed three-phase embedded power supply utilizes the same metering circuitry for three-phase inlet metering, as well as for circuit breaker trip detection. And we always use the same firmware architecture and even the source code, both on the inlet and on the outlets, to provide the same metering capabilities on the AC inlets and on all the outlets. Another good news is that we have qualified our new metering circuitry according to IEC standard 62053, and we are able to accomplish 0.5% energy metering accuracy on the PDU inlets as well as on all outlets. So in general, the good news is that our customers can rely on the energy metering data, which is provided by our latest generation PDUs. And we do qualify and certify our energy metering circuitry in-house and also on demand by externally accredited certification houses. So in addition to the energy metering, we have also integrated advanced power quality monitoring features. All these features got implemented according to another standard, the IEC standard 61557. So, and our new in-field replaceable IX9 PDU controller with the latest Xerox firmware stack version 4.0 provides all this measurement data and outlet switching control features over well-defined human and also programmatic interfaces. Even the latest version of the Redfish protocol for PDUs got implemented, so that our PDU customers can use various third-party DCAM software to collect the energy metering and to collect the data over longer time periods to create monthly or annual energy spending reports. So in general, the high level of electronic circuit integration of the new PDU platform helped us to reduce the amount of electronic boards inside the PDU significantly. And it also reduced its self-energy consumption. In combination with dual latching relays for outlet level switched PDUs, the new PDU architecture allows us to produce the most energy efficient intelligent PDUs in the market. The very modular architecture allows us to apply new production and test automation procedures. All PDU building blocks are getting tested 100% before the final PDU assembly takes place. And even the wires inside the PDUs are now treated as a building block. For instance, on the new Pro 4X PDU series, we are prefabricating and testing wire harnesses outside the PDU before they are getting installed into the final product. This approach will ensure continuous PDU product quality levels at the highest standards. And just let me finish here. The new innovative electromechanical design concepts like the 45-degree power cord input angle and also our patented H-dot and CX outlet designs have helped us to reduce the number of PDU models significantly, which in the end leads to reduced product lead times and less variety of products in stock at our customers. The new easy-to-operate RAM-lock power cord locking feature allows our customers to use their existing power cords. And finally, the new architecture enables us to build the highest density PDUs for the rack cabinet power distribution market. The increasing demand for higher power density and higher amount of outlets per PDU inside the rack cabinet can be addressed with the new innovative PDU architecture.
Sven, absolutely incredible. I mean, talking about moving towards a truly going from not scalable to scalable is one thing, but also moving into this whole idea of the really intelligent rack management with new monitoring, metering, and management capabilities is critical. Sven, big question the industry has, and we've seen this globally, just happened last week in Silicon Valley DCD Connect event. People are worried about the supply chain and staffing. And you talked about this, that commissioning is done ahead of time and that you've got this global capability. Can you just talk about Legrand's capability, that this Legrand North and Central America is there as your partner? LCNA is there for the commissioning, there to help you. Folks are worried about supply chain, they're worried about staffing. Can you help solve these major issues along with the security? Is it helping? Do you have the global reach that we know of Legrand?
Yeah, so let me show you this. Legrand, and also to all of us who listen to us, Legrand is a global leader of intelligent data infrastructure solutions. And we will continue to spend effort and resources to design and produce reliable and innovative power distribution products. Our product management and especially also my engineering teams have helped our customers around the world to design custom solutions for their application demand in the past already, and we are committed to provide custom design services in the future as well. Our engineering teams are located around the world, on the West Coast in the US, East Coast US, in Europe, and also in Asia Pac, so that we can provide local design support to our customers within their preferred time zones and on during a short amount of time. And we are also closely following the development and the standardization of new power generation and distribution technologies, especially for rack level applications. So new concepts like central in-rack, direct current generation, in-rack direct current distribution, or rack level cooling are currently getting tested in our laboratories today, so that we are ready for innovative product releases to our customers in the future.
Absolutely incredible. I mean, just understanding that you're looking at the future even. You're looking at optimizing power distribution wherever they're going. Sven, I'd like to give you the last word here. Some final thoughts that you'd like to give to anybody. And I got to say right up front, we're running out of time, but to you and to everybody at Legrand and Raritan and Servertech, thank you so much. I mean, this is so absolutely incredible because now we're seeing the launch of the server technology, Pro 4X Rack PDU, and the Raritan PX4 Rack PDU. This is incredible for us. So to you, Sven, final thoughts, final takeaways, sir, and to everyone at Legrand, thank you.
Yeah, first of all, thanks for talking to you today. Thanks for the invitation. And I want to let everyone know that Legrand is there to help you when it comes to custom power distribution systems for your data center applications. Please reach out to us. We have standard products available, but in addition to this, we also provide engineering to order business models, and you can come to us and let us know what your demands are, what you need for your applications. We are here to help. Thank you very much.